Howdy, hey, Hippiotech here. So I'm back. I've returned from the depths, from the deepest, darkest pits of despair. So, pretty big thing that happened recently is Linus Tech Tips actually got hacked. He has been, he's been battling the YouTube gods for a little bit of time. He's someone who's had like contact with YouTube and Susan Wojcicki, or however the fuck you say her name, her weird Polish name. He's somebody who's been like pretty big in the YouTube sphere, and to see him suddenly like get hacked is like alarming. Like it's a very like thought-provoking thing. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like if I was to get hacked, what the fuck would happen? Is anybody gonna like stand up for me? Like I've got 2FA. Like I'm well protected. Nobody knows my email. How the fuck is that gonna happen to me, right? How the fuck does that happen to Linus Tech Tips? Like I was watching Sleepy's video on it because I was dicking around looking for something to make a video about, and he's right. It's like if that happened to any one of us, like any smaller content creator, we'd be fucked, like absolutely screwed. Like it would be over. There'd be no like there'd be no nothing like keeping us on the platform. We'd just be done. Would anybody hear about it? Would anybody actually help us? Because you have to make a ruckus to get YouTube to like notice you or notice your issue. And so if you can't make a ruckus, then you're kind of screwed on a lot of problems. Luckily, there's been a lot of people who have been able to make a ruckus and get YouTube to change things. But I have 400 subscribers. If I got hacked, I'm not making shit for ruckus. I'm not making shit for raising hell, Twitter would be a useful tool to reach out to YouTube if I had the ability to get YouTube's attention, Like I don't see, like, systems like this are really fucking flawed. That's why YouTube needs a better like sort of communication system with their creators and whatnot. Because if you don't have a consistent sort of communication system, then you're kind of screwed in a lot of ways. Like there's really no way for me as a person to go and talk to someone who can help me get my channel reinstated if I get like hacked and banned because of hacking, right? Like if somebody hacks me and then they get my channel banned, there's little to no way that I can get my channel back. I'm sure there is a way that I can get my channel back, but it's going to be extremely fucking hard when it shouldn't be that hard, Like for some reason, YouTube has had the worst customer service out of it, like any major monopoly or corporation that I've seen, which YouTube is kind of a monopoly. They kind of dominate the video market, or like the creator published video market, because like there's really nothing else that kind of stands as close to YouTube. And then they're trying to take things over, like Twitch, right? Like they're trying to be the next like streaming platform, which is honestly good for them, because Twitch is worse of a monopoly. Twitch is just bad, they just genuinely suck. There's so many terrible things that go on Twitch, and nobody fucking calls it out on Twitch because you're scared that you'll get banned, right? You'll get unthought. Like it's like an unthink ray. It's as if you never existed. They'll snap you out of existence like fucking Thanos. But I mean shit happens. Linus Tech Tips got hacked, and ordinarily that'd be like bad. That'd be like, oh shit, well, I mean, I wish that wouldn't have happened. But they deleted all of his videos, like that's major sources of income for this actual corporation. This is a seriously dangerous thing that happened to him. And like ordinarily when a YouTube channel gets hacked, you're like, oh, it's whatever. Shit happens, It's not that big a deal until you realize that, holy shit, they have access to all of my income, That's a really big deal. So when something like this happens, it's a lot bigger of a deal than people first realize. Like this is some like nothing like occurrence or like nothing drama that ordinarily wouldn't really mean anything, but it should mean something. This should be like a bigger thing than it is, because if we don't have security for a bunch of people making money, like this is my job, right? Or this is like a job that I have, right? The minute I get monetized, this will become my job, right? And if you can't keep your employees safe, then you have a really big fucking problem, right? Like, people who make videos on YouTube for fun and don't get paid are not employees. They shouldn't constitute as employees. But people who get paid by YouTube actively, like large sums of money, that should constitute as an employee. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, that you're an employee of a company. So you should have all the same rights as any other employee to a company. Like, if a bank doesn't have a panic button for bank tellers, that's a problem, and you shouldn't work at that bank, right? You're putting yourself at risk. If a YouTube channel doesn't have a panic button for if it gets hacked or if something terrible happens to it, then you're putting yourself at risk, and you shouldn't work for that company. You know, like, you shouldn't be making videos on that platform. But there's no other platform to go to, so it doesn't matter. This is why we have to make a ruckus on YouTube. And many people have tried to make alternative YouTubes, right? Like, there's that fucking, like, Odyssey, I think it's called. That one's all right. It's more of a video archive than like a YouTube alternative, but it's still pretty okay. Vimeo used to be a really big thing. Daily Motion, except those all suck. Like, they're all just bad. They're just not good platforms. And like, they would be something that you could like spend your time on, like working on. And if you got popular enough, like, I'm sure you could blow up the platform, but you ordinarily can't do that, you know? Sorry, my girlfriend barged in and I completely lost my entire train of thought. Yeah, like, if a platform that is as large as YouTube and is genuinely a monopoly doesn't have any way for you to protect yourself, or for you to keep your monetary incentive safe, right? Or for any way to keep your livelihood safe. Like, for a lot of people, this is their livelihood, you know? And for Linus Tech Tips, I'm sure this is his livelihood. Like, if there's no way for you to keep your livelihood safe, then you shouldn't be working for that company. But it's not as though you can go to another platform, because what's Daily Motion gonna do? Pay you 5 cents per million views? Vimeo will actually drag you into debt. Like, you will go into debt by posting something on Vimeo. You have to pay to keep it up sometimes. Yeah, like, these platforms just kind of suck in comparison to YouTube. YouTube is genuinely just the best out of all of the platforms, but the problem is YouTube has way too many problems that it shouldn't have, you know? But it's so hard to manage because it's like an online sort of platform. Like, it's a new thing. It's a thing that there, one, isn't much contest to. Like, there's nothing else like it, and it's a thing that's like relatively new. It's only been around for like, what, 10-15 years, you know? Like, it hasn't been that long since YouTube got created. Like, it's just hard to manage, you know, which makes it like, it makes it interesting, you know. Seeing all these developments go down in YouTube is kind of like fun to watch. Like, all like the creators of YouTube and Susan Wojcicki running around like chickens with their heads cut off. I guess Susan Wojcicki isn't really like part of YouTube anymore. She retired. Good on her. And I mean, I hope she lives a great life, you know. I hope she really enjoys spending time with her family. She made bank, she got out, she got that bread, she got that head, and then she left. Slay queen, girl queen, pussy boss, I think is the term. Go crazy. I hated you when you did things for YouTube, but you know, it's okay now. Have fun with your family, enjoy yourself. You know, like, live, laugh, love. Live and let live, you know. I feel, God, I hate college so much. It makes my head hurt. I've started saying these things. I don't mean these things. This is what college has done to me. This is what college does to a motherfucker. You cannot do this. Like, college ruins you. These people have ruined me. I feel like I have a gun to my head. Like, I just said slay queen pussy boss, or girl queen pussy boss. What is wrong with me? Go through my old videos. I don't sound like someone who would say that. God. Oh my God. Also, I'm like the youngest person on campus. Like, actually, I'm like the youngest guy at the school. Like, I'm 18 and like a freshman, and I'm concluding my first year of college. In like less than a month, my first year of college will be over. Like, holy shit, how does that fucking happen? You know, I've been an 18-year-old freshman in college and the youngest person at the school. That's cool. That's cool in my opinion, you know. But yeah, fuck everyone who told me I couldn't. I hate all of you. I hope all of you die a slow and painful death from cancer. I hope all of you get cancer and die. That was a joke. But yeah, if you liked what you heard today, like and subscribe. If you disliked, go ahead and dislike it. I'll be able to see your input. So I guess the dislike button still does work to an extent, but go ahead and dislike it if you disliked it, like it if you liked it. Go ahead and join my Discord server. It'll be down in the description, and it's been fun rolling with you. Peace.
Bro, talk shit, we running him down. He almost moved with a gang, now. That shit is not advised. I'ma come up on some people with no rise. They ain't got no money and they not up no surprise. When I'm rapping, I'm a